Hello, this is Mechanic on Wheels from Perth, Western Australia. Today we're going to talk about the alternator for the Suzuki Swift 2005 to 2014 all the way. It's quite a bitch to get out. Same time, how to change the alternator belt as well. There are a few tricks to that. A lot of people talking about getting the alternator from the bottom, which is okay for some models, but the older model, the alternator comes from the top and back of the engine. So what initially I did actually, so this car, let me just tell you a story about this car first. So the car had like less than 12 volts and it kept dropping while we were starting. What we did initially, we bought the alternator for this model, which was made by Bosch. Let me show you that as well. So that alternator from a local supplier, we fitted that in, and so that's the second box, and that one actually was broken out of the box. So what we did, I tested everything. I tested all the fuse, all the wiring continuities, checked the ground, checked the positive, checked the continuity from positive battery to the alternator, constant positive. All that was working fine, and I was scratching my head. The unit is brand new. So if you put a new alternator and it's not working, most probably that new unit is broken as well. So please make sure that does happen. This is the second time it happened to me. Before you waste your time, just check all the fuse, check the voltage straight from the alternator, which is, there's a positive there. That one there, just take the rubber cap off, put your negative multimeter, put on 20 volts. Anywhere on the earth, on the body of the car, and then touch the positive there. If you got about 12, your alternator is fine. You got something wrong with your wiring and all that. But if you don't have any voltage there, if you have only like 12 or less than that, that means your alternator is fucked as well. Alright, so that does happen. Alright, let's get to it, how to do it. First of all, you come here, you jack the car up, open the tire. There is a plastic shield. Those clips, open that shield up. Okay, take the tire off, and then come here. There are two bolts holding on the top. One is here and one there, which is for the adjuster. Open those two. Disconnect that computer cable, the positive constant. Go on the bottom. There are 3 bolts there, but you have to use a flexi head. Let me show you. You have to use that flexi head extensions. That will give you a little bit play. Let's say you put this one on, because that extension doesn't go straight to it. So you need number 12 for this, for two screws for the bracket and 1 Allen key for the main alternator bolt. And that is this one, 8mm King Chrome. That's what I'll use. Use a long extension, open those 3 bolts from the bottom. Very funny thing about this one, this car is very famous for breaking all the alternator belts. So make sure when you open the alternator, you open the bolt from the top and the bottom, and this will just slide out of the belt like that. Then you remove. Okay, once you done remove the alternator just sitting there, what you do, put your second jack under there with the wood pellet. Make sure it's a low profile, that make it easy, and put it under the engine, oil pan, and then start picking up the engine. If it comes a little bit up, then you got to open these one here, 14 number bolts, and then the 14-3 there. Open them up, and the bracket should come off. Once that happens, release your jack pressure and let the engine sink down. When it will sink down, this space, the engine will just go here, like it goes down, and then you got more space, and you can wiggle this out of here. Another tip here, you have to remove that number 10 bolt for this AC hose, so that it can get flexy, and then you can just slide out the alternator out of there. And the same thing, you put it back, connect the bottom right hand, connect the bottom bolt and the plate for it. Make sure you slide the alternator first on the draw belt and then put it in to the brackets, because once the alternator is on, you can't put the belt on. For putting the belt on, note in brackets, you have to put the belt first before you put the alternator back on the brackets, okay? Once that's done, come up here. Don't tie it all the way from the bottom, because you still need to adjust the belt. This car was having a lot of noise with the belt, so what I did, I sprayed a little bit WD-40. Now it's quiet and very nice. It's not slipping anymore. So once you put the bottom bracket, come up here, connect your positive, negative, and the upper adjuster. So once you do that, there's a trick. You can actually use a long pry bar, that one, long pry bar, and you go between engine and the alternator, and then you push a little bit, because this one doesn't have a screw tensioner to it. So you just use this leverage, and same time on the top, you can hang yourself here and tighten that number 12 bolt, and that'll hold the tension. And once you've done that, go on the bottom, tighten the bottom bolt, which is an Allen key, tighten that up, and put all the wires back, start the car, and hopefully it'll work. So yeah, make sure the knee alternator is a good quality, because sometimes they can give you trouble. This is the older one here, which I took off the car. All right, another thing with the Suzuki Swift, there are two types of alternators. One is 4-pin, one is 3-pin. So when you go to shop, make sure the difference between 4-pin and 3-pin, this positive post on the 4-pin is coming out of the back. All right, if you don't know what alternator you need, all you gotta do, go to your car, look at this one. Is it coming off the back, or is it coming on the top of that metal housing? If it's coming on top of the metal housing, this is the oval 3-pin connector. If it's coming up the back, it's 4-pin like a Toyota. So that's all for today. Please subscribe, like, share my channel, and I'll try more to give you more tips and help how to fix your cars. Watch my other videos, share my channel, please help me to grow on YouTube. I don't want to make money, but I want to become famous like a Scotty Hammer. Take care, Mechanical Bill. Thank you very much, guys, for watching my video, and please press the bell icon button. Stay tuned.